Now coming towards the morphemes, and from morphemes we are having okay, I am selecting a pen, rather this yellow one. Okay, now comes to words and morphemes chapter 3. The parts of words we need to revisit we already did in unit 2 to understand how word is divided into various parts. Consider the same word, as I have already discussed this topic chapter 2 in the previous video. Reprivatize, you can see that how the word is divided into three parts. Re-privatize, this will show how different parts can together make a whole word. Remember that in morphology we need to divide a word into various morphemes. Before discussing morphemes, let's see how an affix is added to base form in next section. Base forms and affixes. Consider the long word, for example, anti-disestablishmentarianism. Okay, this is the word. Pronounce again, anti-disestablishmentarianism. Once more, anti-disestablishmentarianism. Okay, following three diagram will show that how just a single base form has many affixations in beginning and at the end. Okay, so the base word here is establish. Okay, and the anti and dis, these two are prefixes, and mentarianism, these three are you can say affixes also, uh, and suffix. The diagram is shown complex morphology tree. Here you see anti affix, dis is also affix, establish is a verb, ment is affix, arian is affix, and ism is also affix. Okay, now you can say establishment makes a noun, and disestablishment word also make a noun. It becomes a complex word na, disestablishment. Then when we are disestablishmentarian, it also form another word, complex word, it is also noun. And now I am going to add anti with it. Anti disestablishmentarian is also forming a complete noun, and then I form ism with it, and this also form a complete complex noun. So this is complex morphological tree. Morpheme is single unit of meaning in a language, and it is a linguistic term to describe smallest part of the word that carries meaning or grammatical information. Morpheme can be single words such as cat, dog. It can be part of words such as fix, ing, word running. In some cases, a morpheme can also consist of whole phrase such as not happy. So examples of morphemes include swim, swimming, cat, cats, arrive, arrived, nation, international, etc. So you are saying seeing this swim is a single morpheme, but in swimming we have two morphemes. Cat is a single morpheme, whereas cats is are having double morpheme. Bound and free morphemes. Morphemes can be classified into two types: free morphemes, bound morphemes. And morphemes, free morphemes can stand alone as words and carry meaning on their own, such as book, run, tree, car. And bound morphemes, on the other hand, cannot stand alone and must be attached to the other morphemes to form words. And Examples of bound morphemes includes the prefixes such as un in unhappy, and suffixes such as ly in quickly. So free morpheme is bad and bound morpheme is ly in the word badly. I told you this example in our chapter 1. Okay, affixes are often bound morphemes, and this group includes prefixes, suffixes, infixes, and circumfixes. Okay, prefixes are added to the beginning of another morpheme, such as happy is a morpheme, base morpheme. So it has word prefix un, so it forms two morphemes with making complete word unhappy. Okay, and suffixes are added to the end, such as this s is put after dog. So these two morphemes form a word dogs. There are two categories of affixes: derivation and inflectional. In chapter 2 we had discussed derivational and inflectional, but here we will study it in detail. The main difference between the two is that derivational affixes are added to morphemes to form new words that may, okay, forming new words that may or may not be same part of speech, and inflectional affixes are added to the end of an existing word, okay, end of existing word for purely grammatical reasons. तो बेसिक डिफरेंस क्या आ गया, डेरिवेशनल फिक्सेस में हम एक वर्ड से दूसरा वर्ड डिराइव करते हैं. जैसे हैप्पी एक वर्ड था, लेकिन उसके शुरू में हमने यू एन लगा के तो इसको हमने एक दूसरा वर्ड बना दिया अनहैप्पी, यानी हैप्पी से अनहैप्पी वर्ड बन गया. ठीक है, लेकिन ये तो था कि हम स्टार्ट में लगाते हैं या वर्ड के किसी भी पार्ट में लगा सकते हैं इस चीज़ को, डेरिवेशनल अफिक्स को. लेकिन इन्फ्लेक्शनल अफिक्स ये होता है हमेशा उस वर्ड के आखिर में ये लगाया जाता है ताकि हम ग्रामेटिकली उसको चेंज कर लें. अब जैसे वर्ड हैप्पी है, ठीक है, तो ये एक हमारा वर्ड है, वर्ब है, लेकिन इसको अगर मैं एडवर्ब बनाना चाहूँ तो कैसे बनाऊंगी, इसके आखिर में एल वाई लगा दूंगी तो हैप्पीली. तो देखिए वर्ब से एडवर्ब तक का चेंज होना एक ग्रामेटिकल रीज़न है, authentic grammatical reason, or you can say purely grammatical reason. Inflectional morphemes, we have 8 types of inflectional morphemes. You can study here. I have enlisted these all 8. You can put s, apostrophe, possessive s, it is also known as apostrophe s. Okay, so you see cat, cats, and John, John's book. This is apostrophe s, this shows possession. And s can also be added for a person being singular, third person singular, in the verbs such as run, form runs. Okay, for past tense we use ed, walk, walked. In progressive or continuous verbs such as ing is used in verb eat to form it eating. तो ईटिंग जो है वो हमारा कॉन्टिन्यूस एक्शन है. ठीक है, ई एन और ई डी इज यूज फॉर पास्ट पार्टिसिपल, एंड वी कैन से स्पीक कन्वर्टेड इनटू स्पोकन और लव कन्वर्टेड इनटू लव्ड. er comparative adjective or adverb, fast, faster, okay, strong, stronger, healthy, healthier, and est is added for superlative adjective or adverb. So you can say strong, strongest, fast, fastest. Types of morphemes: free morpheme, it has an open class and closed class, while bound morpheme has derivational and inflectional. Affixes and typology of affixes. Affixes are the morphemes that are attached to word to modify its meaning or grammatical function. There are two types of affixes: prefixes, suffixes. Prefixes is an affix that is attached to the beginning of the word, while suffix is an affix that is attached to the end of the word. Topology of affixes refers to different ways in which they can be classified based on the form and function. There are some common types of affixes: inflectional affixes and derivational affixes. Inflectional we had studied, they modify the grammatical properties of words such as tense, number, or case. For example, inflectional affixes includes s, suffix for pluralization, cat becomes cats, and ed suffix for past tense, walk become walked. Derivational affixes are the affixes that modify the meaning of the word or change its parts of speech. For example, prefix un can be added to the word happy to create the word unhappy, which means the opposite of happy. Similarly, the suffix ness, ness, can be added to adjective happy to create noun happiness. Now, prefixes, roots, and suffixes. As a part of morphological study, we need to understand the prefixes, roots, and suffixes with a little more detail. The following two tables cover some of the important information on these morphemes. Go through the examples carefully and think about your own words for clarifying the concept given. Okay, so you can say prefix plus root plus suffix form a new word. And none, confirm, est form non-conformist. This is example of a new word we had created. It's mean not go along, one who does something, someone who does not go along with others. is a non-conformist. Okay, so we get a new word, non-conformist. For prefixes, we see that prefixes are morpheme added to the beginning of the word to modify its meaning. For example, prefix un can be added to the word happy to create the word unhappy, which means not happy. So prefix dis means opposite. For example, defrost. Okay. Um, then prefix in, im, il, ir is mean not, injustice, impossible. Okay, ill mannered is also an example. Then this third type of prefix is re. Re means again, return, rejoin, rejoy. Okay, and the prefix un means not, unfriendly, unnecessary. Roots. Root is a morpheme. Here we are discussing roots. Root is a morpheme that contains the core meaning of the word. Core. I am getting stress on the word core. So you can associate the word root with core meaning of a word and can't be further broken down into smaller units of meaning. For example, the root act is a core meaning of words like actor, actress, and action. Okay, here root is act. Without this word act, this the three the words we having here has no meanings. If I remove act from actor, or will have no meaning. Actress, here if I remove act, it would be res, that has no meaning. And ion would have no meaning without this word act. Okay. Suffixes. Suffix is a morpheme that is added at the end of the word to modify its meaning or grammatical function. For example, the suffix able can be added to word read to create our word readable, which means capable of being read. Okay, so here we are getting the table for affixes. Ed is added for past tense of verb. For example, hoped, chopped, clapped. Ing is added to form verb form or present participle, running, playing, going, swimming. Okay, ly is characteristic of, okay, quickly, slowly, hardly, harshly, nicely. Then suffix sodius is added for plural sense or more than one sense. So books, trees, boxes, cars. Then we have able or ible. So it is for showing able to be, manageable, defensible, responsible, contrastable. Suffix full, ful, full, is for the meaning of full of, such as wishful, wonderful, actful. Thank you for listening.